Hey guys, it's me, King27, and yeah, I know I haven't made a video in 2 weeks, but I was busy. That's what you really get out of these summer holidays. Anyways, to get your mind off of that, there's a camel with my new Sky broadband. So, yeah, my internet's probably not gonna suck as bad as what happened before with Vodafone and everything, and it kept crashing, and basically, whenever I tried to upload videos, it would probably cut off at like 69%, and then blah. So, to get your mind off of things, I'm actually going to be doing my first ever unboxing and review. That is right, I'm going to be including these up on my channel now, simply because I want some more variety in my content. And, not just gameplay videos, just, ranting and things like that, but I want some more variety, as in, I want more variety in terms of my video game content. So I said, why not do something that, can contribute with any genre, whether it be, entertainment, in movies, video games, anime, manga, I said video games twice. Anyways, whatever. Well, that's mostly what entertainment is totally made up nowadays. But anyways, however, today we're going to be doing an unboxing of some Death Note merchandise, which for the first time, I'm gonna be doing some story type things. So, also, I don't have any clips to put up for me to put some horrible drawings, because did I just say drawings? I don't know. I'm kind of stuffy with my nose. But yeah, I won't be able to edit out this video simply because I'm using my iPhone and I'm too lazy to charge up my camera because it's taken a long time. However, so today in Dublin, well, why did I say today? See, this is what you get for having a stuffy nose. Basically, when I went to Dublin on Saturday for my typical violin, violin classes at my school, I remember a certain paragraph, whatever you want to call it, or message, I think that's the best way to put it, of my friend Becky. She actually told me that she went to Dublin with Rennie. I'm sure you guys recognize that name from anywhere. Who actually, they went to Dublin once and they actually saw a place that's actually conveniently right in front of my violin school, which is Georgia Street. For those of you who live in Dublin, I'm sure you guys are probably familiar with that. One of the most popular tourist attractions in Dublin. I went ahead in there, and they apparently bought a L&L light bag. And if you guys don't know who those are the protagonists of Death Note, which is the series about a guy who picks up a book and it's able to kill people. Sounds kind of morbid and everything, but trust me, when you see it, you're gonna see it's not that cruel, in a way. You'll see, it's one of those mature teenage anime and manga stuff. And who said anime and manga wasn't just for little kids? So basically, I went into the market, and I managed to see it, and this Chinese woman who was watching iCarly for some reason, who you'd expect somebody who works at a vendor in which they sell anime and manga stuff, you'd expect them to watch anime and manga to, actually get the consumer to be like, oh, well, I can trust this person to give me good quality stuff. But apparently she was watching a horrible sitcom named iCarly, who I'm sure many of you who, have watched Nickelodeon at some point know what that is. So basically I went up to there, and let me just say, this stall is heaven for me, basically. If you're into anime and manga, you're gonna love this stall. It basically had most of the big major anime and manga stuff. You're not going to expect something from Studio Ghibli or anything, or something big. You're just going to expect things like Naruto, Pokemon, Dragon Ball, Death Note, obviously. Just simple animes that are pretty popular. And so she sells a load of things, ranging from bags, which I actually got one. There's my light bag. He's the protagonist from Death Note, as I said. And by the way, the prices here range from 25 for that one, and the big name thing that I'm going to be reviewing here is €15. So she ranges from selling things from bags to plushies, which I'm probably going to get a Pikachu and L and Death Note plushie, and I accidentally hit my computer there. Sorry, computer. Stop being such a Windows 8 guy, because Windows 8 sucks, in my opinion. Windows 7 is better, and XP. So anyways, enough of getting sidetracked there, she sells buttons as well. She sells basically a whole bunch of different props and things that you could use if you're thinking of cosplaying as somebody. So basically when I went there, I went ahead and bought this bag, but then I also came across this, and during there if you actually were there, you would see that there was a Death Note hanging up onto the wall, and that was actually the major thing that I wanted to see. Whenever I bought the bag, it automatically caught my eye, and I was like, oh my god, Death Note, I'm gonna buy that now. I went ahead and bought it. It was actually, it seemed very costly, but whenever I actually saw the stuff that it came along with, I was like, okay, that was well worth the price. So what does it come with? Well, it comes with this feather, which actually feels like it was crafted, which may seem weird coming from a vendor who's a Chinese vendor who you may think is selling rip-off goods, but still it's pretty good. And this pen actually writes really well. So let me demonstrate. Let me get a piece of paper here. Look at the camel. So yes, let's write down something here. I don't know. Oh. Wow, the time when I actually want to demonstrate how the pen is actually good, it doesn't want to demonstrate, so there we go. It just takes some time to get used to it. So, yeah. Also, it's pretty difficult to have one hand with an iPhone in the other hand. There we go. So, there you go. That's the demonstration there. Just wrote down my Rapkin 27 name. Oh no, I nearly showed you guys. Oh look, there's laundry there. I nearly showed you guys my my password for my internet, but however, pen is awesome. No doubt about it. Can't really say anything else. Now let's get onto the big major thing that I actually want to unbox here and review. So, let's take this out of this packaging. That's pretty easy if you don't have an iPhone in one hand. So, it comes with this, first of all. It's actually a Death Note soundtrack. Well, that's what I thought at the beginning. But you guys will see that this CD is not actually the Death Note soundtrack. Besides one song that I actually like, which is kind of composed of like the L's theme with actual lyrics, it is, pretty disappointing to say the least. So I'm going to be showing that on my computer, which is why I have it opened up in the beginning. So let's put that on the side. Inside it is the big kicker. Not the big kicker. Why did I make it sound so negative? Here we go. It's pretty difficult to get out of the packaging, so let me take down the iPhone here. There we go. Sorry about the rustling and everything. But here we go. See, look. It has Death Note with the actual logo from the series. You have Ryuk here and you have Light here. Actually, I just noticed Light is actually pretty tall, because if he's as tall as that compared to a demon, obviously you're a pretty tall guy. Also, there's either Chinese or Japanese writing here. I'm actually pretty confused on this part because, the woman was Chinese and I was like, yeah. On the back here, you have the Death Note logo. You have some weird linings here on the side, but it makes it look cool. Some more extra art there, which is actually, now that I notice it, it's actually pretty low rendered, so I don't know what happened there. You've got all of these Chinese or Japanese writing here. You've got cosplay, which is spelled wrong. It's cospally. The human whose name is written in this note shall die. Same from the actual series. Let's open it up here on the side, which it actually clips out for. And we actually come on to the big name thing that we are actually here to review. Just look at the Chinese writing there. Or Japanese writing. Here we go, Death Note. It's actually the same novel, which is pretty cool, from the series, which I can probably use in a video. I can implement it into a video. But there you go. Death Note. Once you open it up, there's the logo and everything. Looks pretty nice. It feels nice as well. All of these are the rules from all of the episodes. Oh, not from the episodes, from the series. From the series episodes, I guess you could say. So these are all the rules of the Death Note. There may be some unofficial ones in here. I'm not sure. I haven't read all of it. But yeah, it looks pretty nice. It feels nice, as I said before, which it does. But yeah, there you go. There's all the rules. I'm not going to read through all of it because I actually recorded it once while I was reading through the rules, and I happened to make it a 30-minute long video, so I'm not going to actually do that. So there you go. There's all the rules. You can read it through it yourself if you decide to actually buy it. But what's the big thing here is when you actually come onto this first page, you see it's all just lined paper with the Death Note thing up there. It feels good, as I said before, but it's nice. Over here, you've got some weird writing here, and you're probably saying, "What the hell is this? I don't recognize this. Why is this in the book?" Turn it over. There's some more writing here, and you're like, "Huh? Why did somebody write in this? Is this like secondhand or anything?" It turns out the person who actually first made this actually put in the actual details of the actual Death Note from the book. So it's like you're getting the Death Note from Light, which is passed down to you. So over here, also you've got this bookmark, which is pretty cool. Lindell Taylor. If you're a watcher of the series or a fan of the series, you'd recognize that name from anywhere. There you go. There's more Death Note writing. I'm assuming this is what Light wrote down of all of the names and details and everything. There you go. That's one of the many things that in the series that happened. One of the major things in the series that actually happened. So you may recognize that as well. Over here, some more writing. And then over here, you're definitely going to recognize this name. Ray Penber. Yes, if you watched the series, you would have known that name. All of these other guys, I'm assuming, are from the FBI. But it's been like 2 months since I've watched the series and finished it. There's Nicola Nasberg. I recognize that name as well. That's an FBI agent. There's a load of details here. So you can see here 2004. First. I'm guessing that's the time and date that's specified when Light wrote it down. There you go, some more writing, and some big name writing here. Guessing who that is. So yeah, basically, after that, there's nothing else in terms of writing and everything, so you can basically put it, make it your own craftsmanship, which is awesome. And on the back, there's nothing else but the cover. Same cover used here, which is nice. So the Death Note and everything. Time for the review part of this series. The Death Note itself, if I was to look at it as a critic, I would actually say it was a 5, because it actually, it takes everything, and also I'm going to rate this by what I think of it automatically. So, excuse me if the figures are all wrong and everything. I may put in some annotations later on if I think that the review is basically messed up, in my opinion, after I've, looked at it a lot more. But, yeah, I give this a 5, you want to know why? Because it actually complements what the series is supposed to make, and not a lot of props do that. I mean, you'd get like maybe a Naruto headband or something like that, and may have just a leaf symbol or anything, but it doesn't. It doesn't feel like that it got passed down from the Naruto or anything. It feels like it's just custom made. This one actually feels like you've got it from Light automatically, which makes it a lot more cooler. So that's good. You can use that for a lot of cosplay, as they said here. Cover, not really much to say anything about it. It's just, I'm gonna give it 3, pretty average, mediocre, everything. Feather, I'm gonna give it actually a 4.5, or 4. It's actually pretty good. It feels good, and it writes down really well. I haven't actually tested if the pen is if the ink in the pen is actually long lasting, so I'm gonna have to maybe write down an annotation whenever this pen dries out, and I'll list down how long it took for the pen ink to go out. So time for the last part of this review, where we're gonna be testing the soundtrack of this. So excuse me while I mess about with my computer, simply because Windows 8 is really bad when it comes to these things. So okay, over here, let's insert this disc, which the first time I did, I actually got really scared. So here we go. Put the disc in there really clumsily because I'm using one hand for that. Insert the disc there. Ooh, look, Fallout. Let's see here. Let's wait for this. Sorry if the quality looks really bad. There we go. And over here, once you click on this, let's see here. I'm pretty shaky with this. Let's see here. Yes, it opens up in my iTunes, and basically, that's all Hotel Dusk music, which is actually pretty cool. Let's see here. Songs. Where's the songs? I'm clicking on the tracks. It's not showing up with the songs for some reason. It's Demo Man. Demo man. It's over here. Yes, this new iPhone, i thing sucks. iTunes. Sorry about that. Messed up there. For some reason it won't open. So wait, I'm gonna have to mess about here. There we go, Death Note theme. So let me actually turn it up. So when you actually play all of this, as you can see, it's all Death Note unofficial music, but it's all pop. And you might be wondering to yourself, why the hell would they give that to me? The first time I saw the CD, I thought they were gonna give me soundtracks of actual... Turn that down a little bit. I thought they were gonna give me the full soundtrack of Death Note, but no, and it's disappointing. Listen to this crap. It sounds like J-pop, and not that J-pop is bad or anything, but Death Note barely has any J-pop in it. It has rock and, you know, Japanese music, not this pop crap. Now, this is the only one that I really like, if I can find it here. No, not that one. Garden. That's actually a good drum beat, I think. So listen to this one. Yes, you can hear it barely resembles anything that's close to Death Note. Now, there's one song here that I actually like, that actually, that has something to do with Death Note, so let me skip ahead here. Oh god. I think this is it, wait. Yeah, this is actually pretty cool. I like rock. Now until the lyrics come, that'll be the big kicker. Yeah. Some slow drum beats here. No. For some reason it has Lucifer music. Straight to hell there. And that's right, one of them has Flight of the Valkyries. It's like a remix of Flight of the Valkyries, and it's like, what the hell? What did you guys do? You guys messed this up really badly. Listen to this. It is Flight from the Valkyries. And they remixed it, and they put in Japanese music, and it's just like, what the hell, dude? Did you do this to troll us Death Note fans? It's just like, haha, you were expecting Death Note soundtrack, haha, you're not getting it. And you get this. Sounds like the typical J-pop stuff that they get. Yeah. That one has a cool beat to it. Let's see this one. No. Huh. Obviously, I'm not gonna go through all of the music. Just skip ahead to some of these. Yeah, this one is, I think this one that I like. It sounds a little bit like L's theme, which is good. Yeah, this is the one. But then it comes into this, like, J-pop stuff again, as I said. So, yeah. I don't know. I'll take a listen to some of these, maybe. I know, well, I'm in a bus or something. Yeah. That one, Flight of the Valkyries. It's a good thing I actually remembered to go into that one. But yeah, as I said, these songs are really, really underwhelming. I mean, they could have made this awesome, and they could have added in, you know, implemented in actual Death Note music from this series, but no, they made it into J-pop, so I'm like, what the hell? And this one has Watashi in it. You know. It's just like, the Japanese thought, oh well, let's slap on any Japanese poppy stuff, and they'll automatically think it's from an unofficial soundtrack of Death Note, which it isn't. So, this Death Note stuff here, that should be all gone, and just put in typical J-pop music. Also, the Flight of the Valkyries one, just name that Flight of the Valkyries with Japanese lyrics. So the soundtrack is the most underwhelming piece of crap I've heard ever, like from actual Death Note stuff, and it's really, really disappointing because I was expecting them to give me, some of the soundtrack from the game, not the game, the series. Even if it's just one song, even if it's Low Solstice, which I can't pronounce ever. Even if it was that one, that would have been appropriate because you would have felt like you were writing down names into the Death Note with that music on. But no, it wasn't. So it's really, really sad, and it's disappointing to say, but I'm gonna have to give this a 2. I'm really, really sorry that I'm gonna have to give this such a low mark. But really, it's really, really underwhelming what they did to this. And the Death Note, the Quill pen and everything, it felt like really, really good to be like in the hands of light, but it didn't feel to it as it would because of the stupid soundtrack. So yeah, I'm really, really sorry to disappoint you guys, but I'm gonna have to give this a 2. This was really, really underwhelming. Besides one song that I actually like, which was Hands here, which actually sounds a little bit like Light's theme, or L's theme. Like, it's really disappointing. Yeah, this beginning part. This is the only part that I like out of the soundtrack. Besides that, this whole thing is really disappointing, and I'm sorry to say, but I'm gonna have to give this a 2. So, overall, what did I give all of the marks? The bag, obviously, just a kicker in there, I'm gonna give it a 5, because it's awesome, and I might use it as a school bag. Sorry if I'm stuttering over my words, I'm sick, and it's messing up with my brain a little bit, but yeah, bag is a 5. Death Note, as I said, is a 5. You can't go over that in terms of props. This was a 3, pretty mediocre. Quill pen, I'm gonna give that, as I said, a 4, and Death Note, as I said, was a 5. Soundtrack 2. So if I try to estimate all of that, it's probably like a 4, somewhere ranging from that, or a 3. But that's really disappointing. It didn't gain high marks for me, such as a 5 or something, because the soundtrack, I mean, it didn't really do anything, and the fact that they actually misspelled some things on here is really saddening as well. So yeah, it's really sad that they messed this up. They messed this opportunity up, and I see the way that they had to give it that. But with the amount of money that you have to pay for it, I think that the CD and everything, it's not worth the €15 mark. The Death Note is sure for the €15 mark, and so is the Quill pen and this pretty mediocre cover. Besides that, I'm gonna have to drop at maybe 5.5 points. So you're talking about a 3.5 for all of this, simply because of the soundtrack and the custy price for getting something like this underwhelming soundtrack, which is pretty sad in my opinion. So yeah, this whole thing, this whole Death Note merchandise that I got, you've got awesome, mediocre, and underwhelming. Overall, it was okay. I mean, it could have been worse. They could have added some more J-pop music in there. Luckily, it's only 15 music, with one of them being good. So, there you go. That's my review and my unboxing of the Death Note merchandise that I got from Dublin. I'm expecting to see a lot more from the people who actually made this. Hopefully, they can up their skill if they come across this video or not. And it's you guys to decide if you want to buy it yourself. So maybe in the description I'll have, a website to the market that I actually bought this from. And, I'll probably buy some more merchandise there and maybe review it for you guys if you guys like this video enough. But yes, that's the end of this review, and yeah, pretty underwhelming soundtrack. So let's end this with Hands, which is one of the best songs on this actual thing.